City Girl, and why'd you guys name yourself City Girls?
When we first stepped on the scene, our shows was packed.
Right out the gate, your shows were packed?
We had our city on lock.
When did you realize that you guys had broken through?
When Drake called us, it was like,
he wanted us to get a song. We both did verses.
Who's like a mentor to you?
Missy Elliott.
You working with her very much?
You will find out.
Oh.
You're watching the Carlos Watson Show, period.
Hey, bienvenidos. Welcome to the big show. When I say big, one of our biggest, best shows ever. So excited. One of hip-hop's best acts, City Girls, is stopping by. We're also going to introduce you to one of the most interesting entrepreneurs out there. She's a winner of the WW Wellness Impact Awards, a Tia Wells from Backyard Base Camp. What a special person. She's going to be the subject of our spotlight. But first, it's all about City Girls. Now, of course, City Girls is the hip-hop duo consisting of Young Miami and JT, responsible for platinum certified singles. I'm talking about Twerk and Act Up. They've also, of course, collaborated with the likes of Drake, Lil Baby, Doja Cat, and Cardi B. They're here today to rep their brand new single and much more. This, my new friends, City Girls. Hey, JT.
Hey.
Hey, Young Miami, how are you?
hi.
Now, where are you guys right now?
We're in LA.
We're in California.
So not Miami anymore.
Not right now. We was actually out here for the BET Awards, so we stayed to work while we both was in the same place.
Hey, congratulations on the BET Awards. How did that performance feel?
I don't know why, but I was so nervous.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Now, do you get nervous every time, or was there something about this that made you nervous?
You know, it was live and it was a TV performance, and it was just like, it's different doing a concert and then it's different doing a television show, like live. It's a big difference.
JT, did you get nervous or no?
Man, I was nervous. I cried like 2 or 3 times that day. It was very nervous. That was my very first live performance with her on the stage. My very first live performance on television. And it's like, if all running through my mind was like, if you mess up one step, or if you mess up one facial expression, they will know.
Everybody on my team, Carisha, they're asking me about that kiss.
What kiss?
You know that kiss.
What kiss? Oh, the after party kiss.
Yes.
She was having a good time.
So you have something to tell me? Is there a new couple?
No, that's my girlfriend sometimes. When we see each other, that's my girlfriend.
Okay.
But no, maybe in a relationship, she got a man. That's just my friend, that's it.
What makes someone a city girl?
I just feel like right now, it's the women time.
Female empowerment.
Girls from the 305, get on booty, pretty face, thick thighs, period. Act up, you could get smashed up. Act up, you could get smashed up.
Do it, baby, stick it, baby, move it, baby, lick it, baby, suck up on that, click into that, got a hickey, baby.
How did you guys meet? How did you guys become friends?
You don't even know.
It's been that long.
I can't even
Like,
say.
we are about to be 40 years old. I'm just saying. And we were teenage friends, living in the same city, being the popular girls from this side, being the popular girl from that side. You know, you always want to meet the popular girl from this hood. You always want to meet popular girls from this hood. And that's just how we became friends throughout the years.
It's that season. Cut a check for no reason. It's that season. Cut a check for no reason. Time to blow a bag, time to blow a bag. Time to blow a bag, time to blow a bag.
Now, why City Girls? For people who don't know, what's a City Girl, and why'd you guys name yourself City Girls?
Well, we wanted to be Babs.
You might want to go on home now, because I'm here.
Yeah.
Coach K named us City Girls.
Because Coach said every want a girl from the city. That's what Coach said.
In Miami is a city, and we just fast living girls. We not. People say we country from the way we talk, but I think I'm witty and fast. I don't think I'm slow at all, or I think I'm very city.
When did you realize that you guys had broken through and that you were stars?
When Drake called In My Feelings for me. When Drake called us, it was like,
JT, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me. Cause I want you, and I need you, and I'm down for you always.
Too bad, we kissing in a wave, kissing in a wave, kissing in a wave.
When Drake called, because it was a big secret that we had to hold in for like a month. And I remember when he did his feature with Lil Baby, and I was like, damn, look, he made it. Drake ain't never for the call eyes. And a month later, people was like, I got a top secret for y'all. Drake wants y'all on his song, but we don't know if it's gonna make an album. And then we didn't ever know if the song was gonna make the album or not. We just knew that he wanted us to get a song. We both did verses. and they called us back and let us know it was going to be on the album, but it wasn't a whole verse. That's what Coach was saying.
Straight chop.
Just chopped our ass off. He probably was like, y'all was not ready for full verses yet, but I'm going to give y'all a shot. But we thankful for that, and that's when we realized, okay, we something. When we first stepped on the scene, we was our shows was packed.
Wait, right out the gate, your shows were packed?
I can show you a video of our first show. You won't believe it was our first show. We had our city on lock.
In Miami?
In Miami, yes.
Still the same y'all ain't with. Fresh up out the feds, the government.
What was it like, though, JT, when you went away and Young Miami, you were by yourself? Were you okay with that? Were you nervous? Were you worried?
I was nervous. I was worried. I was everything. Like, I felt like I was so serious about us rapping from day one because I felt like it could have worked. Like, once it started blowing up on the internet and then we did our show, I was like, for real.
Every time I try to add somebody to the group, she was like, no.
She kept trying to add people to the group.
But she always took it serious. Like, she went in the studio and did her parts.
I was passionate. Like, I wanted us to be the city girls who we are today. So I just felt like it was very important for me to do what I had to do so we can, keep our name just stay afloat.
Why I'm going to jail? If I tell y'all one more time why I'm going to jail, I did fraud. That's why I'm going to jail.
JT, you were in federal prison for 2 years.
I did 20 months in total.
Now, JT, you're talking about it like it didn't break you at all. Was it hard? Was it not hard?
Well, it was just hard getting stripped from, like, I was so excited about our career, finally, something good was coming for us because it was always so much bad things. So when I got to prison, I kind of went in with the energy of, this was like a bridge for me to get to somewhere that's just so great, like a promised land. That's why I always tell people my most depressing time wasn't prison, it was getting out, not being able to perform or in COVID. Because in prison, I was anticipating getting out. Like, in prison, I was proud, I was happy. Carisha was keeping it alive. I would see her on TV, I would see us in magazines, I would see us on Billboard charts, so I knew I had something to come home to, so I wasn't sad. I think I was sad one time in prison. When she first did her first feature, I'm like, oh my God, we're not a group no more.
Carisha, now you gotta tell me the truth. When JT was inside, was there ever a moment when you said, I might need a new partner?
Hell no. P called, was like, he was trying to add somebody in the group when she was in jail. And I was like, no, we not.
He said he wanted us to be like Destiny Childs one day. He was like, yeah, because the Destiny Childs, they had more people in the group.
I told JT,
we ain't gonna find nobody in the street.
Somebody else come in the group, I'm leaving. Because it's only us.
Where the bag at? Where the bag at?
Now, when you were young girls coming up, if I had met you, Young Miami, would you have said, I want to be a music star? What would you have told me?
I always said I want to be famous. Growing up, I used to say I want to be a mortician, for real. I used to say I want to be a mortician, but I never wanted to be like an artist.
What about you, JT? If I had met you at 11, 12, 13?
I was that kid. You want to know something? I had a studio in my house growing up. My dad always wanted his kids to be stars. I'm not going to lie. He was like one of them Joe Jacksons, like, you gonna be something. We cheered, danced, everything. And I always had a slick mouth and I was quick with my words. So we had this little group called the Proteges. And the only reason I hated it is my dad used to make me write everybody rap in the group. And I was like, this is not fun. This is work. I don't want to do this. So I always wanted to rap. And no, I did not want to be an artist after that experience. I was like, I don't want to be that. But I always wanted to be somebody. I didn't want to work a regular job.
I don't work jobs, I work got them on the ground, fake profile, stalking my picture, period.
I don't work jobs, I am a job.
Who have you become good friends with, or who's like a mentor to you?
It's Missy Elliott, honestly. She always have ideas like, oh, y'all like salt and pepper, y'all need to do it like this, and y'all need to watch this, and go back to our history and learn music. That way, when y'all go on that stage, y'all need to learn how to interact with each other, and y'all can take over everything. Like, she's just very dominant. Like, she know what she's talking about.
When I feel like on some twerk, I'm gonna, listen to some City Girls for sure. I love City Girls.
How much are you guys working with her? Are you working with her very much?
You will find out.
Oh. I like all the collaborations, though. It seems like you guys are doing something with Issa Rae. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's called Rap Shit.
The show is about two friends. It's a similar story to ours, not the exact story at all, but they're from Miami, and they end up being rappers. So who else would you call if you want to tell a story about two females from Miami? You can't call nobody but the City Girls. We are co-directors, rappers / co-directors / dancers now.
Now, who else in the Miami music scene are you close to? Are you close to any other folks in the Miami music scene?
Yeah, we well, Trina, Trick Daddy, of course, Ball Greasy.
Twerkulate, that paper straight, I'ma twerkulate.
I feel like there's even a brighter future for you than even I recognize. What do you guys hope is true? What do you hope happens over the next 5 years, 10 years?
You know, that we just continue our journey and keep climbing and don't cheat it, because a lot of times it get cheated, it goes so fast, and a lot of people count us out because of charts and like what's going on right now. So keep learning, keep growing, keep getting more opportunities.
I hope we be like movie stars. I hope we will have like a big ass brand. It's
We will.
But I want us to be like legendary. I want us to have so much stuff when we finish. Like I want us to have liquor, makeup, everything. I just want us to be iconic.
Who should play you when they do a movie of your life? They're gonna do a movie of the group. Who should play you?
Nobody can't play me.
You're gonna do what Eminem did. You're gonna star in your own movie.
I'm gonna play myself.
Okay. That's what I thought JT was gonna say, but she took too long to say that.
Marseille Garden or Kiki Palmer or Tiana Taylor.
All right, so you have some, but meanwhile, Young Miami's gonna be in the movie herself.
I honestly, like, off the top of my head, I don't know who to play me. Like,
I want Nicki Minaj to play you.
Oh, yeah.
It's a really, really good one.
I love that. All right, now I'm gonna finish up by doing what I call rapid fire. What's your favorite movie of all time?
What Love Got to Do with It? That's my favorite movie.
Norby.
Don't you wish your girlfriend was a freak like me?
If you could have dinner with anybody, dead or alive, who would you love to have dinner with?
Michael Jackson.
Beyonce.
People who even think they know about you, your fans, etc. What would surprise them to find out about each of you?
I listen to the radio.
And she watched Lifetime.
And I watch Lifetime. Like, I am a Lifetime watching girl. Like, I would sit in my house all day and watch Lifetime.
What's the most interesting thing you've learned about love?
Yeah, it's like a friendship, a partnership. Like it's you gotta be partners.
It's just deep. It's just something you can't.
Passionate.
It's just something you can't explain. Like, it's just a feeling that just flows through your body. You just never want to let that person go.
I really love and appreciate both of you. I did not tell you both that I'm from Miami too. I'm from Homestead though, and you both are from North Miami.
It's gangsta.
Yes.
All right, listen, be safe, and thank you very, very much. I don't know if they told you, but I've been wanting you to come on the show for like 6 months, 9 months, so I'm really glad you came.
Thank you for having me. You a great interview.
Yeah.
City Girls, Crew Talk, take one, marker. It was a great conversation. Like, everyone was vibing with each other.
Margot, can I bring you into this?
I loved how committed to one another they were. And that was probably 50% of the interview or more seemed to be some iteration of that.
They also are able to listen to each other.
Yeah, and allow the other one space. It's not just about hearing, but also allowing the space. I think sometimes, I know I'm guilty of this sometimes, when you've known someone for a really long time, you can kind of anticipate what they're going to say and you want to fill in the blanks. And I didn't really see much of that. So that was kind of nice.
I feel like they've hit a really nice plateau in their career. They seem still very humble. I liked how honest and raw they were about their career and where they are now.
Hey, I hope you enjoyed the City Girls. I love those ladies, so smart, so fresh, so flavorful, such good energy. I like the way they were with each other. Of course, they're fellow Miamians, so how could I not love them? And guess what else I loved? If you haven't seen it, take a look at the promo they did for me. Maybe the best we've ever had.
What's up? It's the City Girls, and you're watching the Carlos Watson Show. Period.
All right, listen, now it's time for our spotlight on Atia Wells, who recently was named one of the winners of the WW Wellness Impact Award for her nonprofit encouraging Black people to explore nature in our own community. Hey, it's called Backyard Base Camp, and it's the focus of our spotlight. Take a look. Atia?
Hi, nice to see you.
Where are you today?
I'm in Baltimore City, Maryland.
Did you grow up there or did you move there later on?
I did not. I am actually from Newark, New Jersey, so I'm from Brick City, baby.
Oh, so how did you end up starting a backyard base camp? Was that your idea or?
Initially, I wanted to just educate teachers on how to bring environmental education into their classrooms, and it has really morphed into something greater than myself. I started taking a lot of classes and workshops on environmental education and plant identification and things in nature. And I kept noticing that I was like the only Black person in all of these rooms. And, I kept asking myself, why am I always the only one? And so I did a lot of research on the relationship of Black people to the outdoors. And I learned a lot about ancestral wounding and intergenerational trauma, and learned that, because so much bad stuff has happened to us outdoors, from enslavement to Jim Crow to the Ku Klux Klan chasing us down in the woods, in sundown towns, like we really associated being outdoors with danger. Growing up in Jersey, I was not an outside kid. We didn't go outside. We didn't go camping. I went on my first hike when I was in my 20s, honestly, with my now husband. But I felt so much peace being out there. It was very heartbreaking to me for people to say things like Black people don't go outside. And so I really just wanted to push back on that narrative and just show Black, Indigenous, and people of color that we do belong outdoors, and we've been outside our entire existence. I'm just hoping that the work that we do gets people remembering that and getting them back outside and just owning their place in the environmental sector.
So now, what is Backyard Base Camp today?
So Backyard Base Camp is essentially an urban environmental education organization. And so we really engage mostly our neighborhood in Baltimore City with the nature that lives right outside their backyards. We have so much nature in Baltimore City that people just don't realize how many animals, insects, whatever, just happen to call urban centers home. Things that people think only exist in the suburbs or out in rural areas are in our cities. We just need to look a little bit closer.
I love that you've had this experience, and I can almost see you, I can envision you walking around and seeing all these things that are in plain sight, hiding in plain sight, as people say. But what has surprised you the most about this opportunity to build this organization?
Honestly, the support that I've received, or that we've received as an organization, because I was so afraid to take that step to start this thing. And it's really been amazing to see how things have grown. We just started in 2019 and we've grown so much. We're able to make such an impact in our neighborhood because of all the support received, because people like you are interested in our story.
I was really excited for you when I saw you won the WW Wellness Impact Awards. How did you hear about that? How did you decide to apply? What inspired you?
Someone sent me the link to it via email, and I remember reading through it, and I was like, that's a national organization. They're not gonna want to care about what's going on in little old Baltimore. But I was like, I'm gonna apply, whatever. And when I received the email that we were finalists, again, just one of those things that, I didn't think would be helpful or fruitful, but I tried it anyway, and look where we are.
The magic that happens when anyone affirms someone else in an unexpected way, whether it's you giving an opportunity to a young person to come and maybe see some things in their backyard that they missed, or this organization deciding that they were going to think about you guys and say yes. How are you going to use the money, and what will winning the award allow you guys to do you think?
So one of our major projects is this land reclamation project called Bliss Meadows. It's a 10-acre project. So we have 10 acres in Baltimore City, contiguous acres. So we have 3 acres of a farm. We have chickens, goats, we keep bees, rabbits, and we grow produce and orchard for some fresh fruit and nuts for our neighbors. We also have 7 acres of woods that we use for environmental education. And so this grant is going to allow us to build out our nutritional education programs. So the food that we grow and harvest, we can show people how to cook a healthier meal, because predominantly Black and brown people are dying a lot from heart disease and diabetes. These are food-related illnesses that respond really well to diet changes, but a lot of folks just don't know how to eat healthier. And so by us providing that avenue, it really sort of opens their mind to something new, because there are a lot of other things that you can eat. Aside from salad, there are a lot of recipes that you can try.
I love it. What's been the hardest thing about this?
The hardest thing so far has been interfacing with city agencies and like having the conversations about like what we're doing and how that impacts the city as a whole, and just the different policies that they have in place that don't really allow the things that we are trying to do to happen. And the urban ag scene is booming right now. There are multiple small farms that exist in Baltimore City, but the rules about like what farming looks like in this city are very strange, trying to get the powers that be to understand what we're doing and that it is something good and that we're not some negligent land developers. We're trying to keep the space open, green, and for our community.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Atiya, I'm going to let you go, but I'm going to look forward to seeing you again.
I look forward to it. You have a great day. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Be safe. Be good. Hey, my thanks to Atiya Wells and all the great work that she's doing with Backyard Basecamp. Also, very special thanks to WW for all the great work that they're doing. Hey, I hope you enjoyed this show. If you did, remember you can like and subscribe, even leave a comment, especially if it's a good one. Thank you again for tuning in. Hopefully we'll see you again.
It's still the night shift, just brighter. Still a night out, but everything fits in. Chevrolet, making life's journey just better.
We don't know what our kids are capable of because their education sometimes is so limiting, particularly in Black and brown classrooms. There's always an emphasis to me on body control. You can go into a very affluent white classroom and the kids are moving around the room and talking and there's lots of activity and you assume that something magical is happening. You go into a Black classroom and the kids are moving around and interacting with each other and it's perceived very differently, right? Immediately someone thinks that teacher doesn't have classroom management skills. But I think it's also kind of limiting what we allow our kids to have access to. And we want to invite students to tell us, what are you curious about? If you have a hook and a kid is really excited about a particular subject or some sort of content, lean into the things that they do well so they build the confidence they need as students to tackle the things that are a little more challenging.
Shockingly, 14 million students are in schools with police, but no counselor, nurse, psychologist, or social worker. And 2 out of every 5 students say they feel unsafe with police officers in school, which begs the question, who are they protecting?
It would be a better country for all of us if Black children and white children got equal educations and had equal opportunities.
So what has the last year done? Because there were more conversations about race than I remember in my life during the Black Lives Matter protests. Has that changed in your experience?
I think in some ways, obviously it's better because of awareness, and especially with social media, you know, it has its flaws, but it's bringing things to like more attention to important issues. But for me, it kind of feels like it's worse because now I feel like any of my white friends or people at work, they're walking around eggshells around me because they're afraid that anything they're gonna say is offensive. Or when I say, hey, like this is actually a microaggression or this feels kind of ignorant, like I'm trying to let you know, it's instantly, instead of, hey, I apologize that I did those things and here's how I'm going to change. Now it's like defending, I'm not racist, I'm not like this, I'm not like this and this and that. It almost seems like they feel like the finger is pointed at them and everybody's walking around eggshells and can't have that conversation because they're so afraid to be called out for something negative.